What's going on, guys? I've had some questions on YouTube about how to winterize the Winnebago 170S. When I first got it, I wasn't quite sure on how to do this when I had to winterize it for the first time. Luckily, my dad's been using travel trailers for a pretty good while now, and he came over and we took a look at it and came up with the best way to winterize this thing. So stay tuned and we'll show you how to do it. When you're winterizing your camper, you want to make sure you have all the water out of your system. You want to make sure all the water is drained out of your hot water heater. You got your fresh water tank, which you get right up under here, and you'll see a little valve that you will turn, and that will let any water that is in your fresh tank out. And then on the back side, you can look right here. There is a red and blue hose. If you go back into the bathroom up under the sink, you'll have two little valves you pull up, and that will drain the remaining water that is in your system. And this is important to do before you pump any antifreeze into your system. Make sure you get all the water out. If it ain't gonna get extremely cold, this is like a very light winterization without pumping any antifreeze into your lines. You get all the water out through your low point drains there. You get all the water out of your fresh water tank here, and then you want to make sure you get all the water out of your hot water heater there, especially before you valve it off to put antifreeze in the system. You can access the hot water heater one or two ways. You can go to the bedroom in there, pull up the mattress, take up a couple screws, and the panel will open up and you can actually see down on top of the hot water heater and all your stuff for your heater. Me, I'm not that big of a person. That takes a lot of time. They've actually cut a cutout for the hot water heater right here. So I can pull some of my stuff out, come on up in here, and you can get to your shutoff valves. When you're winterizing your camper, you want to make sure none of the antifreeze goes into your hot water heater. So you got your bypass valves here. You want to make sure you valve off the hot water, valve off the cold water, and then bypass the whole loop. So the top one needs to be turned, the bottom one needs to be turned, and the one in the center needs to be turned even with the lines, and that will bypass the whole hot water heater. And like I said, this is an important step. You do not want to get any antifreeze into your hot water heater, so just make sure you take your time, do it right, and then once you get all these valves turned, you can go back inside and get ready to turn your pump on and start getting the antifreeze into your system. The first thing you're going to have to do is come into your camper and locate where your pump is. On the Winnebago 170S, the pump is up under the sink right here. They didn't design an easy way to get to it. You got 1 screw, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 screws you have to take out to access the pump that is right up under here. So it's not a very simple process to winterize this. But once you do it, you know how to put this thing back on. It's not too hard. So give me a second, I'll take this panel off and I will show you what the pump looks like. This is what it looks like when you pull the panel off below your sink. As you can see there in the center, there is the water pump. This is the way I have mine set up for everyday use. Like I said, you got this closed, which goes to your siphon hose. Then you have this open, which goes down to your fresh water tank. I don't normally use a fresh water tank because most of the time we're on the city water at the park, so I don't keep water in my fresh water tank. But when you are winterizing this, if you do use your fresh water tank, make sure you drain all the water out of it. So the first thing you do when you're getting ready to winterize is, again, make sure you valve off your hot water heater. Then you'll close the valve to your fresh tank. You'll open the valve that goes to your siphon hose. You want to make sure you get RV grade antifreeze. You'll stick this into the bottle. Once you have your valve open for your siphon hose and your siphon hose into your RV antifreeze, you're ready to begin the process of putting the antifreeze through your system. So the first thing you want to do is come over here and turn on the cold water tap. Once you got that open, you'll come over here and actually turn your pump on. Once you turn your pump on, you're going to start getting liquid through your lines. You want to run it until you see the antifreeze coming out of the cold. Once you see that, turn your pump off again close the cold, and do the same thing with the hot. You'll turn the hot on, turn the pump on, and then let it run until you see antifreeze. Let it run until you see nothing but antifreeze coming out of the system. Once you see that, again, turn the pump off, close your line, and this one is ready for the winter. After that, you'd come in here, you do the shower, you would do the bathroom sink, and you would do the toilet. And you do it the same way. You do cold, hot, then move to the next one, cold, hot, move to the next one. The toilet, you just need to flush it until you get antifreeze down in the system, and you can flush some down into your black water tank, so anything that might be down there, there is antifreeze down there, so nothing in your gray tank would freeze. So once you have all the water fixtures inside the camper with nothing but antifreeze coming out, again, you'd want to walk outside to the outdoor shower and do the same thing. You can do this by yourself. It helps a lot when you have somebody with you, because like I said, you're either be here. When you're here, it's really easy to do it by yourself. When you get to the bathroom, you need somebody over here controlling the pump. So when you get the faucet opened up, a person can be hitting the pump, and you'll be ready to go. In my first experience winterizing this, I think it took almost 2 complete gallons to winterize all the lines on this. So make sure you have at least 2 gallons on hand. Once you have antifreeze coming through all the lines and you put your cover back on below your sink, your Winnebago 170S is ready for the winter. So it's not too terribly difficult, but if you don't know what you're doing, if you've never done it before or seen somebody do it, it can be kind of scary and a daunting task. So now you know how to do it, or at least how I do it, and the easiest way that I found to do it. Later we're talking about cutting a little access panel below the sink so I don't have to take off the full cover, which, like I said, is a pain in the butt to get on and a pain in the butt to get off. So, but we appreciate all the support we're getting from everybody on our channel. We hope you're enjoying our videos. If you have any other questions, just drop a comment below and I'll answer them if I can. If I can do a video to answer it, I'll do it in a video. So make sure you like and share this video. If you'd like to see more content, make sure you subscribe to our channel, and we'll see you next time.